So with James Gunn's new Superman movie having its opening weekend, I think it's time to talk spoilers. A lot of people assume that I hated the movie on my first watch. I did not at all. I thought this movie was a good, solid 7 out of 10 kind of movie. Second watch was even better. I think now it's like an 8 or an 8.5. I think it opens up some interesting facts about David Corenswet's Superman, because yeah, he's a more vulnerable Superman, but he actually pulled away both himself, Krypto, Baby Joey, and Metamorpho from a black hole, and that was straight after being poisoned by kryptonite. In fact, he still had the kryptonite in his system. And really, the only fight he did lose was to a clone of himself, which is Ultraman. Yes, the rumours are true. I think Ultraman is a good secondary villain, and it also works to what the film is about. This Superman is all about reputation and legacy, which, as I said in the initial review, I think James Gunn really should have kept the original title, Superman Legacy, because everyone around Superman, whether the good guys or the bad guys, are telling him who he should be or assuming what he should be, and he's just a nice guy trying to do good things. And him killing an evil version of himself really solidifies who he is as a person. I just love David Corenswet's Superman because not only does Corenswet knock it out the park, he's a Superman that inspires hope. I love how he inspired the Justice Gang at the end to actually do some good. Hawkgirl, I feel, was kind of on the sidelines, and that's a shame because Isabella Merced is really good casting, and I want to see her in more stuff as well as have her own movie. And Lex Luthor works the second time as a villain for me. He's just oozing with hateable energy, and I love the contrast between when Superman comes into his office the first time and Superman's all enraged and not in control of his emotions, and Lex Luthor is just very reserved, and then by the end, after Krypto goes to town on him, Lex Luthor is broken and bitter, and Superman is cool and calm. And on both occasions where Krypto went to town on him, it was so satisfying. And finally, the big twist. Yeah, so Superman has a very controversial twist around his heritage, that his biological parents didn't actually want him to integrate into Earth, they wanted him to rule over it. This is something that's going to require its own video, but a lot of people don't like this twist. I personally quite like it. It led to a very sweet montage at the end with Maren Parkent. Now the Supergirl cameo at the end, I'm kind of mixed on that because I think Millie Alcock is perfect casting. The fact that she's around this whole time kind of ruins a potentially heartfelt moment with Superman, because I should imagine after realising what his parents wanted him to do, he would not necessarily want anything to do with his Kryptonian heritage, and to see someone who is kind of a mess but not an evil person, that could have been really powerful for him. I would like the House of El backstory to be explained in the upcoming Supergirl movie, and if Supergirl had any knowledge of Kryptonian colonization,